Hello, friends. Welcome to Live, Laugh, and Lovey, home of the best television recap podcast. I'm your host, Lovey, and me and my good girlfriends, we take you on a weekly voyage to our favorite shows where we chat, sip on some tea, or an adult beverage, whichever you like, no judgment, and we wave our fans because the shade gets real. So get comfy, grab a snack, and enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the virtual living room. It is your girl Lovey, and we're back to recap the longest running social experiment on the planet, Married at First Sight, episode 2323 of season 13. I am fatigued. Okay, I really am. Thursday's episode was a filler. We could have gone without it. But hey, it is what it is. We're here to discuss our predictions. I feel as though we should be able to change our predictions, but I was told no. We got
not change the game in the ninth inning, ma'am.
Oh, Belinda said that too. Anywho, we got partially the gang here. We have April, Iva, Belinda, and we're missing Brown tonight. That's okay.
We'll give him some honorary trash moments.
Yeah.
Because Zach Shirley gave him.
Yes.
Right.
We are not going to be here for very long. I'm hoping because last night's episode just wasn't. It was a filler. And yeah, so we can talk about our predictions. But first, let's talk about the shit show. But let me tell you about how Mirla is on my entire. Yes.
Actually,
I was a little irritated with Gil.
Saying why he said I'm irritated with
Gil. Gil was going a little hard on her. At the end of the day,
I'm over him.
Makes her own money, sir, and she saves money, sir. So don't be butthurt because you don't make the same amount of money. You're going into the situation knowing how much she makes and what she does. It seems like she's been okay with compromising. Because she changed her tune a lot. Because at first she was like, I'm not. She definitely softened that down. But I feel like he was coming down hard on her to where she was shaking. Her little knee was shaking. I was feeling bad.
I think that was staged. So we can act like, oh, they may not stay together because everybody made it so sure that we didn't, for one. But I am sick of him. And then it made me change my view, honestly, because at first I was like, oh, yeah, he just trying to make her not be spoiled, this and the other. But I kind of agree that if she makes the money, as long as she handles whatever it is y'all need to do, what she do with the rest is her business.
Right.
And honestly, I probably wouldn't have thought it if he didn't shut the hell up about it. If he had just shut up about it, I probably would be like, okay, he's right. But since he browbeats her with that so much now, I'm like, any other woman, okay, bet. I'm going to show your ass. So I'm going to spend my money. And then did you hear when her friends say he just became a firefighter? So that means he makes...
I didn't hear that part.
Yes.
He probably making about 30,000-40,000, maybe 50 on a good day. Maybe if Texas's rates are a little different than the city of Atlanta, but yeah, a starting out firefighter, you might make 45-50, if that.
I agree. That's telling us you are just starting your career. So remember, she said that. She said you're just starting. So that's a concern because can we take trips? Can we buy our house? Can we have our kids? We have to wait until you stack up and kind of get on my level. I understand where Gil is talking about, you kind of shit on people that's not on your level. At first I thought
she do a little bit.
She does. I thought about that. That was Mirla, but I'm not gonna say. But however, I see what she was like. I tell everybody about my story. My story is my motivation. And then when he was like, but you need to stay in a high rise, you need to. She said, no, I don't need to. I want to. And I can. So that was the boss bitch statement. I can. And she can. So I was kind of with her as far as, stay off my back about like, what the fuck hey, I got a whole pooper scooper. I walk your dog. I'm feeding your dog out of hand. You kind of need to give me a little bit of, credit.
He be on her head. He be on her head.
I'm also kind of with BB that this is kind of staged so that we can have some problems with them because I don't think they have no problems.
I don't think they do either, but it seemed like his leash was kind of short with her. Like he just was on her. And even when he was talking to his mom, although the Spanish was kind of nice, side note. But he was talking to his mom and like kind of going in saying she's spoiled, she like this, she like that. But she makes the money, you know what I mean? And so that is the big difference. You know what I mean? You can't go in there like Rachel with that 400 credit score and be trying to live it up. But
Y'all still saying this woman got a
at
400 credit
least
score.
at
Rachel said,
least
y'all better
Mirla
get up
got
off
the
Want to
me.
go to
money.
Switzerland on a 400 credit?
At least
Sit
Mirla
down the
got the
plane for
money, and
6
at
There's
least
hours
Mirla
more.
Afterpay. Okay,
Mirla
there's
put her money to the
Afterpay
side.
and
She got a
Karma.
savings.
Okay.
At least Mirla got a savings. That's what I have to say.
She
But
did say that,
After
and he does
after
not.
she
Did you
bought the
hear her
shoes.
say he does not have a savings? I think at first we was trying to be nice about it, but she did say he does not have one.
mm,
And what did her friends say? Oh,
mm.
That's how you know
Come
your
on,
friend is
Lovey.
judging.
I
I'm
know. I
judging
see your
you.
face.
come on, Lovey. We waiting for yours.
Right, right.
So y'all really cheerleading for this shenanigans. Okay. I really didn't appreciate when she was like, hey, you acting like we're 25. Okay, sweetie, we just experienced a whole pandemic. Okay. Anything could have happened. We don't know what led him to become a firefighter. All we know is that he's a people person. He likes being around people and whatnot. Do
And
we
he was
know if this?
fine, and he used to work on the Mexican channels or Hispanic channels.
Thank you,
doing,
BB. I was about to
workouts.
say
I
he
showed
was a
y'all
whole
that.
trainer. Yes, she
He's
said.
a
I was just
trainer.
about to say that he was a whole trainer.
Oh
So
no,
And he used to
now,
be
that's
on
not why
there
I'm
like,
gasping.
He was a trainer.
because I said Mexican
That's just the
channel.
word for
Yes,
unemployed.
yes.
no,
You know,
no. BB
do
sent
what
that
you
to
do.
us. He was on Univision.
I know, but that's not what
Telemundo.
she had said.
My fault.
Sábado.
That's such
No,
a generalization.
wait. Oh, that
Okay.
he was broke. Did you say he was broke?
No, because I said
No,
Mexican.
Unemployed.
she said it was the Mexican station. No, we can't say
Oh,
that.
he wasn't on
Yes,
Telemundo.
He was though.
Oh,
And
sorry.
but I shouldn't have
Univision.
called it that. Forgive me.
Right.
Yes,
Please don't.
yes.
He was on Univision and Telemundo.
Okay,
Sábado.
but we still don't know whether or not that had been a lifelong dream of his. We don't know
Lovey,
anything.
you stretching. You
No.
stretching.
He was
You
reaching out.
stretching it. And
I
I
feel
like me
your
some
reach from
Gil.
here.
Look, we would
I
all
like me
like.
some Gil, but
Okay, we all like Gil, but I'm saying for us single folks, we would, and especially for a little bit older, a little more seasoned, let me say that. We would all love to be with someone that is completely established in their career. But shit happens. Okay. Everything is unpredictable these days. But as long as you're a go-getter and you're working and you're doing something to build yourself up, I'm with it. If you believe in a
Lovey,
dream, I believe in a dream too. Hold on, I'm gonna finish. But then two, who's to say that Gil was money savvy? He could be feeling some kind of way because he's not money savvy. A lot of people feel like that. So
What do you mean by money savvy? Explain
like
that.
maybe he doesn't really know how to save as much, like put away as much as she has in
Like
a
Rachel?
short
He
amount
don't
of
got it.
time.
Girl, he don't got
Like
it.
Rachel?
Put it away.
Right. So you saying like okay, well that's where it comes into play that you have a partner that knows how to. He might not be able to put away as much as she can, but then she can, teach him her sensei ways and do
Exactly.
that. Right. But I dig what she's saying about the, we want to be with Stab. I feel that. I do. I didn't know that he had just started, and I'm with BB. That nigga's at 27. Like he could get Medicaid. He
Damn,
get food
now
stamps.
it's 27,000. What the hell? Y'all
I'll
tearing
try to
up
give
people's credits.
But
But all I'm saying is give it a chance. Just give it a chance. Like he hasn't discussed like his goals, like for his if that's his ultimate career choice.
It better be.
but
You don't need to
Lovey,
change no more.
No,
nobody's
that's not true
complaining
because
about him.
because
He's the
no,
one that's
because
been going in on her.
hold on, April. No, that's not true because my sister, who is also in Texas, she wanted to be a firefighter. Then she wanted to be a police officer. Okay, she became a police officer, but that wasn't where her heart was. Yes, it paid the bills. It was cool for about 5-6 years, but then
Okay.
she decided to go after her dream.
Which
and
is
she's 41 now.
okay.
So, you can change course. You can change course
You can.
at
I
any
don't have a
time.
problem with him changing course. My issue is judge ye not unless ye would like to be judged.
Say it again,
Sir.
BB.
So the
Right,
same way
right,
that I
right.
don't think she would have
Amen.
ever thought twice about him being a fireman and just starting out. You know why? Because we're just now hearing this. So if it was an issue for her, she would have said it episodes back. But instead, she's been his
Yep.
whooping post
Yep.
about her having money and him not
Yep.
since
Right.
And
forever.
buying shoes.
So if he would
Right.
have shut up, then we wouldn't have been looking at nothing he
Right.
had.
He's
We'd
not
have been like, you know
acknowledging.
what? Keep it tight, cute with your little fireman because that's sexy. But instead, since you want to keep talking, then we're gonna go ahead and go to your bank account.
Expose
Sorry.
you to your pocket.
That. And I have
I
no
don't.
problem if this is like a new thing for him. He's starting over. And I get it. I'm here for that. But shut up.
I get
I
it. I
agree.
understand.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree because she has
And
not
see,
been on him. He has been on her head the whole time. She has not complained about his fireman job.
Not
She
to
ain't been
him.
saying nothing. She ain't been let it ride. All she want is look, I make my money. I want to spend my money the way I spend. As long as I save and pay my bills, I want to be able to travel. I want to shop. And he needs to back up off of her. She got money to do that.
But
sir.
who's to say that he can't travel and do what he wants to do
if he
with
shut
Nobody.
his
up, she'll
money?
wait
Nobody.
for it if he
She
just
the one
shut
that's
up.
complaining.
I mean, I think it's just maybe not to her level, and I understand that because they're gonna have to do a balance. I think in that instance, it's no different than let's go here. It's no different than if the man makes more money than the woman, and the man, takes up some of the cost and does that stuff. I don't see any difference with this. Okay. I don't think that Mirla would have an issue with that if you would get off my fucking back about me wanting to buy some shoes. Now, I also started cutting Mirla some slack when I thought she was buying them shoes like every month and, or every other month doing that. But she's buying a couple pair of shoes. What does she say? Every
year.
6 to 8 months. There you go. So yes, now
year.
you are buying a couple pair of shoes, and they are like a year's worth of shoes because they will turn out to be maybe $800, $1,000 for a couple pair of shoes. But you're doing that a year. You're not even doing that like every month or every couple months like we thought it was. So I'm giving you that. I just want Gil to
Back up. You need to back up a
recognize
little
her compromise. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Recognize her or address her compromise.
He
You know what I'm saying?
understands it. He understands it.
No, he
Okay.
been on her head. And you know what? I think when they were talking to Dr. Pepper, if I'm not mistaken, she even was saying that she didn't expect for him to do as much as she did, but a percentage. Like they both were gonna put in a percentage towards the saving. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I feel like she's cool with it. This is where I want to stay because I can. You know what I mean? So if I'm wanting to do these things, then I'm gonna pay for them. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And so he needs to just pipe down a little bit, cutie.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in your lane. Let her do her thing. It's a nice
Okay.
song.
So speaking of staying in their lane, clearly Jose wants to stay on the domestic train, whereas Rachel
Oh
is.
my God. If he don't bring up that doggone San Antonio again, why do he keep wanting to go to San Antonio? Can somebody please take him to San Antonio, please?
Take her to San Antonio,
I've
Iva, next
been.
time you go.
Right. I was about to say I've been. But no, like that. No, I've been more fun places. Okay.
Why
They have the
hasn't
Because
he
you know we
already
could
been
go to
there?
San Antonio.
They
She
right. They
was
got the
like,
river walk, and that's about it, son.
And
No,
did he say he's never been to Vegas?
Yes,
come on,
they're going to
now we can
Vegas
go to
for the first.
Vegas.
Well, she said they're going to Vegas for the first time as a couple, but then he said, yeah, we're going to Vegas for the first time, and she was like, right, because you could tell she's been, but he hasn't been. So this is the thing. This is something that gets to me. He's one of those people that even though he hasn't been, he doesn't. So a lot of people don't travel. Some people don't travel out of Sacramento. You live in Sacramento your whole life. You live in Augusta or wherever y'all, Atlanta your whole life. You don't go out. You don't know that there's anything across state lines. But when you get with somebody who wants to experience that, just don't be close-minded to it.
Right.
Like experience. Now she might have to wean him, like with a Vegas or go to his San Antonio. And I appreciated what
Let's
Rachel
go. She
said.
said we can go there.
Yes, I
but
appreciate it. And she said, but
That's not considered a trip.
that's not a trip.
that's not it.
And
Oh,
I want
I
to do
agree.
something. And remember, if y'all think about it, Rachel said during the summer she goes somewhere every year. She now has not downgraded. She's compromised herself to say that we can go somewhere every 2 years. So
That was a good compromise.
That was a good compromise.
I would have said every other. Or how
Well-
about I go and you stay here?
Well, that's
Okay.
but that's what's about to happen, right? Because didn't she pay for her trip and she married now and she's about to go on, let's see if she's about to go on that trip and that nigga about to stay home while she on summer vacation, right?
So let me ask y'all this, because I do know someone who is married and she enjoys traveling. However, her husband was like, no, I don't want to. Would you all be able to? Well, so your husband, okay, so April has her hand up. So
But
he
April,
doesn't
you didn't
travel
take
at
your
all?
husband places. She didn't took it with. I got the pictures.
Okay, so I love to travel, as everybody knows. I'm always
we
got
know.
myself going somewhere different. And my
Mhm.
husband,
Really?
not so much. My husband, not so much. He can go like once a year, maybe not even that, and he'll be fine with it. So I do make a point that every summer we go somewhere. We go do a family trip and he goes. Do he go kicking and
good.
screaming? Yes, he goes kicking and screaming. But he goes and he has a good time once we get there. But leading up to it, he don't want to go. He don't want to spend the money. He whatever. So, a lot of things I do and I don't take him with me. You know what I mean? Like I try to make a point to where we do something as a family and then we do something as a couple. And then other than that, I do stuff by myself.
Very good.
Okay. I
Y'all will
can dig
definitely
it.
leave Brown right on here at the house. He'll be fine.
Oh, what'd you say?
I'll be like, bye.
I will leave him right here. He'll be fine. He can feed himself.
Right. He can feed himself well, right? My
Mhm.
last relationship, my person I was with, he hadn't been to Vegas. Now, the reason that this is a trip is because if you grew up in the Bay, like we three of us did, BB, Vegas is a hop, skip, and a jump like LA. That's like saying you ain't been to LA. That's like what? But he has not ever been to Vegas, and that's a trip to me. So
But had he been anywhere else?
don't travel. And my first thing is, what kind of bitches you was fucking with that don't like to go nowhere? And that's exactly
That's
what I
said.
say. No, that's what I said verbatim. They don't like want to go nowhere and don't want to like do anything, or you know what I'm saying.
But people have different definitions of travel too. And I was just thinking I'm wondering what Rachel put on her little thing. I'm sure she said travel, and I'm wondering what Jose said. He probably said, "Oh yeah, I'm down for traveling too," and he talking about over to the next city. That ain't traveling, boo.
And you know what? It was bringing me up to I had to agree with Jose. I mean, listen to Jose a little bit because he's kind of like with the Mirla. That's why Mirla was so comfortable with him and laying on this nigga's bed. So they relate. Girl, I'm not getting over that or through that. I'm not getting through that. They relate because they had a humble beginnings, right? Yeah. So what he said was, stop it, Lovey. What he said was, we did not have a lot of money growing up, so we used to go to, we would go to Frisco, or what the fuck did he say? We would go to San Antonio, and that would be our, yay, we're getting away and getting out. But this is what gets me is that, but you getting older as an adult, and that's what you used to do when you were little. Now that you hoard money, because he hoards money. Now that you hoard money, why don't you go other places and expand? Because you couldn't go nowhere when you was fucking younger.
Right. Okay, but here's the gag. The gag is Jose didn't grow up poor. He thought he was poor. But do you realize, just like Rachel said, they built a house. Your parents built a house that takes money. They had a fairly nice size house, and it was nice. So she was like, okay, so if he considers this to be low, she said this, not this week, but last week, then that's a concern for me. Right. So it's not
Mirla was poor.
He just, I don't know.
Right, Mirla was wearing her brother hand-me-downs.
Right, like Mirla really
was wearing boy
poor.
clothes.
I don't know what Jose really was, because it was not poor. He had a pretty stable home with two parents that they built themselves. Like, and it wasn't a trailer. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. He's
Yeah, and Bao was poor.
right.
Okay.
Val was so poor, her house not even there no more. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. I can't stand it when grown ass adults still fall on the back of what things used to be when they were little. Oh, I didn't have this. Oh, I didn't have that. Okay. Belinda, this is much like Robin and her period on Potomac.
Mm-hmm.
You have lived X amount of years. You are
With
now
that
used to
period.
it.
You
You
shouldn't
are
have
now
come on the
used
trip,
to it.
ma'am.
Okay. You're used to
Mhm.
it. You have
Mhm.
evolved from the poorhouse to the big house. So
Right.
stop using that as an excuse. I
I
That's
hate
agree.
that.
hard for some people, though, Lovey. That is hard for some people.
Let
But
it
some people have
go.
a real fear of being poor.
Well,
And
Jose
They
so
do.
is gonna go to the grave with this money and ain't gonna have
Spitting
no
coins out like
offspring.
Scrooge McDamn duck out his
He
mouth
ain't gonna have
in the casket.
nobody to send it off
that's
to.
my philosophy. You can't take it with you. So
Right. But you can't take it with you. Like, I don't understand. Jose, you
yeah.
get on my damn nerve. You. Oh. Although I did like those chairs that he and his friend was sitting in because they was rocking chairs. I was like, well, those are cute. Okay,
Yeah, I
we
don't care for
done.
Jose too much.
Yeah, we done with them. Okay, moving on. Ryan and Brett.
Nor
If
Yeah,
I'm over it was a person.
pretty much.
nor what is
Correct.
wrong with Ryan? Why can he not just be up front? Like all that apologizing. Why are you apologizing? Because you didn't wait 2 weeks before you got on the app. You still don't want to be with me. Why?
Key.
What's the apology for? I don't understand. He said,
Yeah,
I feel
alone.
so bad because Brett is such a wonderful person.
And you ain't even tried. That's the problem. It's you.
I
It's
took my
you.
things out the other day, but I left a few things because I knew I needed to come back and speak to her. Bitch,
Oh,
take all your
please.
shit. If I'm over it, if I'm over it was a person. She didn't even look at. She was so okay. All right.
Because you're
Right.
full
Cool.
of it. Why would you even try to leave, pretend as though you left something? When you left, you meant to leave, sir. Don't
Right.
do me any favors by saying you left something here because you want to come back and talk to me. And then you're lying again.
It don't seem
Right.
like neither
You left
one of
something
them
there
lived
really by
there
accident.
because
You
she
took the
moved her
fucking
stuff
coffee
out
maker.
too. It's
Yeah.
all just now for the cameras.
Yeah, I think
Like
they
she
both.
don't live there, he don't live there.
Yeah, they both returned just for the
They
sake
both was just
of
kind of being
the
there,
show. Yeah.
and he just come in and talk about, "Whoa, how you doing?" She's like, "Working, you know."
Right, just like that. Just like
His
that.
sister, though, is a whole snitch. But you know what? I'm not mad at her because it's just about her doing what's right. Like she feels like I'm just keeping up with what's right. But the sister is funny to me because she gonna make sure she gets it all.
Okay. Yeah, they're boring. They're done.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get.
It's even painful. One more thing. It's even painful to look at Ryan. They both got unisexual names.
Unisex
Anyway,
names. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, it's painful to look at him when they was at their whole little outing when the whole couples was together, and Gil always bringing up a conversation to
Cause
the
Gil is a
table.
whole little girl.
Gil, a whole therapist out here,
Right.
and Ryan just looked confused. He just be looking confused and standing there saying a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Val and Johnny.
Next, Michaela and
I'm
Zach.
so exhausted.
Yeah, they
I
are
feel like
exhausting. They are.
But you
I
know what?
understand.
Oh, go
I
ahead. I'm sorry.
understand Bao. You said Bao and Johnny, right? I
Yeah.
understand Bao's want to keep the relationship because of what she's seen with her parents, but she just keep putting herself into that line of abuse. I'm like, you just keep going into hellfire. You know this
Mhm.
man is treating you wrong, and she just keeps signing up for it. And then Johnny's so confused, like he I don't know. Even when she tried, she showed up in her nice little dress and everything, but I
Shiny.
feel like he ain't worth it.
I was like
Yeah, you wasted a
shiny.
good outfit on some foolishness.
Girl, go ahead, Iva.
Tongue click. So, did we see his friends telling him kind of like you're fucking up, like
You
you're
sabotage
thinking
him.
you're
What everyone
sabotaging
else has been telling him.
what everyone else has been telling him, love. So you think it's this, but it's not, and try to whatever. With I watched the show. Did anybody get that extra show?
I did. I
The
watched it.
Houston, what is it called? The Houston, whatever. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I kind of agree begrudgingly that they both gonna say yes.
I think they're gonna say yes too. I think they're gonna say yes.
Okay, so anyway, because I think that Val is going to go based on, even if she says no, based on what she said at that last night, where they had the last night with
It takes
the
two
pool.
people to stay in a
Correct.
relationship.
It takes two people to stay, and it takes one to end it. I think that especially based on what Johnny says, she's not the same person. Maybe she's going to do that to let him be the bad person, and she'll be like, I want to stay, and then let him say, I don't want to. But at least she's trying and he's not. So then, they'll be able to part. I don't think that she's going to say no. I think she's going to say yes. And then because he is might feel what his homies is saying, he might say yes, but they're not going to last because they want to wait till after the cameras. They're not going to last much longer after that because we know who
that fool was
she's
still
dating
holding
right
on
now.
to her hateration friend Sarah's opinion.
Oh my God.
He's still holding on to that opinion because I talked to her best friend and she said, I'm like,
did you hear her
a
friend?
whole hater.
Her friend's thing on it. I was like, that is funny because if
somebody needs to go to her Instagram and just light her up.
Yeah.
Troller. But yeah, I think that Val, unfortunately for her, I think she gonna try to stick the shit out because her parents been together 50 years and all she sees is she remembers the then, but she sees how they are now, and she like, we can do this, and bitch, everybody ain't that.
So I really feel that Zach and Michaela are gonna be that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do too. I think they're gonna say yes. Because Zach is crazy. I just realized Zach just as crazy as Michaela.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And he likes that shit. He likes that shit, April. He likes that shit.
He gonna ask her to spend the night. Knowing she crazy as I don't know what, you gonna ask her to spend the night.
She do that crazy girl stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought about that. Even when he was playing at the light with her and everything, but she still had on her I'm a victim wig.
That wig is terrible. When she be in confessional, that braided wig is terrible.
It's awful.
That wig is horrible. But this is what gets me. Yes, it's horrible. What gets me, I do not like. I still, when they do that flashback and show her, telling him to go home and stuff like that, she still seems, she was inebriated. I know she was, but it was just the look in her eye. It was like alcohol mixed with crazy. Like she took too many shots or drinks on her fucking pills, and she looked fine. Go home. Fine. Go home. I don't care. Go home. Wait.
You can
why
go.
Are you going? You can go. Wait. Why are you going? You look crazy leaving at 11 o'clock. Wait. That shit, that was night and day. You know what I'm saying?
Did anybody else see Val eyelash falling off?
No.
When they was at the couples thing, when they all there around the pool table, Val eyelash hanging off. Poor thing.
She needed some glue. I seen it.
What? She needed to talk to Mirla?
It's in the corner. Oh no, Mirla got individuals.
Mirla got the individual.
Yeah, Mirla's got individuals.
Lashes. Okay.
She don't do strips because you can tell when she wake up in the morning, be talking to Gil, and she got patches in the middle. That's what for her rubbing her eyes. That's some shit's coming out because I used to have individuals too. No, that bitch got individuals.
She do talk about them being that she need to get them touched up. She done said that 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm. But y'all seen, side note, y'all seen that new for the reunion? I'm not the reunion, decision day. She got that Grace Jones ass makeup, but then her eyelashes look like her regular eyelash. That shit looks too dramatic. I'm
confused by Mirla's makeup with all of that.
Yes, I was like, bitch, she look like slave to the rhythm. That shit is gross.
Oh my God.
And then she got her eyelashes do not match. Like they look like they are blonde like her hair, but they're not black or like they usually are. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like it's too much. It's heavy. It's
I
we
need to see.
don't match. And,
I didn't see all that. I need to go back and look at the preview.
yes, her shit is sharp. It's a point, BB. Her shit is like her shit is and it's red. It's
It
like
is red.
it's red,
I
ain't it?
saw the red.
And then
It's
so
red.
you can tell where her eyebrows are, but they're not defined. So all you see is red, and then you see lash, and the lashes are long, but the lashes aren't
If y'all can
not a
really
dark
see
color.
how she is demonstrating this with her hands, it is hilarious.
Sorry, I'm
But
sorry. Let me stop.
side note, I don't know
Okay,
if
go
it's
ahead.
just me, but do y'all look at people's front doors and how dirty it is?
Yes.
Who had a dirty front door?
Yeah,
Michaela.
sure.
Oh,
Oh,
I was gonna say
Michaela. Oh,
Jose.
yeah, it made it look like she lived in the hood. Duh.
Ooh,
on
she
it.
did.
I
I
was like, where
wasn't
do
even
you
looking at the
live?
dirty front door. I was looking at, when you open the door and you see what's going on in the little
Yes.
in the
In,
little,
in the
little
community.
Ooh, I was looking like, where she look at? She
Where
is
do
in
you?
the
You
hood.
must be a real estate agent. This where you live in the cobbler's
Wait,
children have no
what?
shoes.
What? Wait, say that again, BB. What you say?
The cobbler's children have no shoes. You ain't never heard that term
Cobblers.
before?
And
Girl,
what you
Yes.
say? Where she have to
Hood.
wear?
She in one of them Sabrani Park little complexes
She in the corns?
that's in a circle. Yes, with them stairs
Oh
that
my
go upstairs.
gosh.
Girl, look
Yeah.
like baby boy apartments. Okay.
Yes.
That's what it
Yeah.
looked like. The baby boy
Yeah.
apartments with them
Yes.
hard bricks, them hard concrete stairs.
Yes.
I
Okay.
hate you, Johnny. She looking
I
like she in
know
a straight motel. She in a straight
Yes.
motel, not
When her
even a
sister knocked
Motel
on the door, I
6.
was like, "Ooh,
She
she
in a
not at
straight
them latitude apartments no
suit.
more."
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
You
hate
know
you,
what?
Jody.
Okay, you know what? Pull up
Said,
the
I hate you,
predictions,
Jody.
Iva. I hate
I
you.
am not.
I hate you. Okay, so let's go down the prediction line.
Okay, so we will start with
Hate
Bow
her.
and Johnny. We will, because that's what top. Bow and Johnny. Why everybody across the board said yes. I'm gonna be losing money on that one. Just to
I
let y'all know.
think they're gonna both say yes still.
I know. I mean, that would
I
be
just don't
great
think
for
it's gonna last long.
No, it's not. It's not. Well, we know it's not gonna last long. Cause why? Cause she's dating whom? Don't. So, but at least if they say yes to decision day, that's gonna be good for my betting. Cause remember, I bet on them. So,
But I really hope that he gives his decision first and not her.
Oh, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna make
They're
her
not
get
gonna-
hers first.
I agree, Wahid. Cause
Because
did y'all see?
they need the dun dun dun, and they know everybody don't know what he gonna do, so they gonna wait and do
But
hers
she
first.
did her thing again, Wahid, when they were talking. Well, they showed on a commercial or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, my heart is beating." Well, I think, and she's like this, doing the little, the little meek girl head, which he doesn't like, right? Waiting for his approval and shit. That shit pisses me off, ma'am. I don't know, but okay. So yes, you're right. They're gonna make her go first and leave her hanging out to dry.
And
Okay.
they're gonna go to commercial before they do him.
It's
Mhm.
all or nothing.
I
Right.
can't. I
So
can't.
okay, so everybody said yes. Again, bet online. I need my money. Michaela and Zach, April, yes for Black Love. Uh
I didn't know it was gonna be crazy love, crazy
Right.
black love,
Right.
but I think they both gonna say yes because Zach is just as crazy and he is hooked on having sex with her. Something about that crazy sex he is liking, and that's why he keep asking her to spend the
Juicy
night.
got her going crazy.
And
This got him
he,
crazy.
but you know what? For once, wait, hold on. For once, I was understanding why she was. She always says she confused, but he was sounding really confusing when they was explaining himself at the little couples thing, and he kept saying, "I just think we could say no, and then we could start over." And that didn't make no sense.
Even Bow was like, "What? No, he
That didn't
can't
make
do
no
that."
sense. And I can
Did y'all
understand
see?
why Michaela was getting upset. Now you shouldn't have to go that crazy and turn into cray cray, but I can understand why she didn't understand because he wasn't making no sense.
Did y'all see on the what's that called? The after. Remember we talking about that, the Houston,
Yeah.
for the other couples. And one of the couples said that and was like, he is like, she is, they didn't call her crazy, but they said, that was hard to watch. That's what Brianna said. That was hard to watch.
I just love them.
I know. I like
They
them too.
just got he proposed to her again.
I
He
saw
did,
that.
yes, on couples camp, yeah.
I
So
saw that.
he was like, she was like, that was hard to watch, but they were like, at the same time, he is, he's kind of confusing.
And
Like
he's
you
doing
said,
exactly what she asked him not to do. Like they're both doing exactly what each other asked not to do. Which
don't leave. If you don't leave and then you leave, and then I said that I don't like people to leave, but then I leave, and then when I try to, the thing I think about with them, I'm just gonna say, I think when he was hit it on the head when he said, "Hey, this is something that's in your character, and like you need to just leave that alone." So then when she says, "Well, I will try," but that's me. That means in essence you don't like me. Yes, ma'am. That's what he's saying, and y'all need to just leave it at that. Like trying to do too much for a check, because like it's not that much money. It's not no amount of money that is worth that.
I don't even think it's the money, Iva, because Zach keep turning around and he says stupid things like, "Michaela's the most beautiful person I've ever met."
Oh my God!
How many times has he said that?
All the time.
A lot of times. She's just like the best. She's the most beautiful person I ever met. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Michaela. Like he just all this praising. It's like, is that right after sex that he does that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that she understands because no one else has ever held her accountable to what she does. So I think that she understands that, this is something she needs to work on, and this is something she needs to this. But then it's at the same time like, okay, if that's something she needs to work on, that's like that's fucking major. So are y'all gonna keep arguing like this and then you leave? That's toxic. Both of them is toxic. And then what does Zach say? I haven't cried this much ever since all of that.
He was crying at the wedding, before the wedding.
I agree.
The thing about it is that, and they said it on the little couples, little reunion thingy, whatever they did. So he leaves, and that's triggering her abandonment issues, and he don't like that crazy that she be doing. But when he leaves, and that provokes her to do it, so they just provoking each other.
Okay, next couple.
Ooh, okay, so let's stop. Hold on, before we go. April was yes for Black Love. Brown was yes. Lovey was yes, and BB and I were no.
Right. I think Brown, Mr. Brown, I think he was all excited about the wedding because he was saying yes to everything.
Everybody.
Yeah, he was. He was. Well, not everybody.
Almost everybody.
Look, you right. Yes. He said yes to everybody except one couple, and we about to get to that couple now.
And who was that?
Which is April's guy, Gil and Maryland. That's the only one that Brown said no to.
Oh, well, it's obvious they're gonna stay together.
I know,
right?
They're
gonna stay together.
She got a whole
apartment.
They didn't moved and everything, so they're gonna stay together.
That's
but I do feel like even though it's part of editing that they be seeing all the conflict that they've been having recently as part of editing, but he still do need to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
And BB, I thought about you. Did you see what Gil said coming up on the next episode?
What did he say?
Oh, just to let you all know, we have already.
Oh yeah, he said they had sex.
I said BB said that shit 3 weeks ago because she way too touching and way too on him. They didn't already did the hoodie.
Look, that's one thing about Gil. He ain't holding his tongue. So he's looking like,
literally,
I held my tongue this whole time trying to respect you. And he was like, we already consummated the marriage. Did you see her face looking embarrassed? Like
she was like, she rolled her eyes like, anyway, bitch, I'm married to you. Like, it's okay. It's okay.
Girl, you know you was not turning down that man.
At all.
No. Next couple.
Rose.
Oh, they gonna say yes too.
I said, okay, what did I say?
What you think you said?
Did I say
She
no?
said no.
Okay, so I think
Lovey
they're
was
going.
saying no to everybody.
Shut up. I think that they are
No,
going
she
to.
didn't. That was the only couple that Lovey said no to.
Yeah, I think they're going to say yes, and I've said this before. I think they're going to say yes decision day, but they're not going to last beyond that.
I think she's gonna
I think
have
they will.
issues with him. I think they will too. I think she's gonna
But
have
they gonna have
issues with
issues.
him. But they're gonna say yes and they're gonna make it okay because part of like Brown said, Rachel is trash for certain shit, but this fool is extra trash. And you thinking that a trip is fucking San Antonio, which is fucking 3 hours versus, and she's explaining to you. Now,
How many hours? She said.
Right. She's April, say it again. She said, I want to explain to you my trips need to not be, we can do these. I need trips where it's a 9-10 hour plane ride, my nigga.
Right. And that's why I think she's going to say they're not going to last because that can only go so far. I'm sorry.
No, I think they will. I think he wants to be married. I just feel like he is stuck in his ways. But with over these 8 weeks, he has adjusted his control some.
Has he?
Like that still remains to be seen.
I think about
he adjusted about that checking account.
He wrote on the refrigerator that he was gonna be less controlling. That's about it.
Really?
I thought he was open. Remember, he said he was open to letting her have her own account and them not combining the accounts.
Well, we ain't heard nothing else about that account. So.
Right.
They ain't gonna last.
So I'm thinking like, okay, but you don't want to. Okay, this is my thing. So now he makes more money. This is like a Maryla Gill thing. He makes more money than she does. We figured that part out. And of course, of course, his credit score is, higher than hers, right? Because she got a 400 while but she's able to pay some shit on Afterpay, Lovey, and do her trips, and that should be something that he should like,
But it's not. But I'm saying that's the thing. Her whole gripe is that she wants a partner that she is able to share these experiences with, and he's just not here for it. He's not even open to it. So she hasn't been able to convince him over the course of maybe 5 to 6 weeks. Nah.
I think if she could get him to at least agree to that one summer trip, then she could do the rest and travel on her own.
She can. But this is the thing. If she says, well, okay, we stay in this relationship because everything else is fine, I'll go with you to San Antonio and do all that other fuck shit. But when I want to go on my trips, I'm about to go with my girls. He seems the type to me, because he has those trust issues about her, fidelity. He
gonna go.
Call her. He gonna call her. No, he ain't gonna go. He gonna call her all the time. He gonna wonder where she at. And then I'm out here. Okay, I'm gonna call you to check in with you and be like, yeah, babe, I'm having fun.
But again, who wants to deal with that?
But exactly. But I'm not about to be answering the phone all the time. So now you about to have a problem with me. So now I gotta wonder.
That's why I gotta go. I gotta go. You got trust issues. You got trust
when I get home,
issues.
When I get home, the top lock gonna be on, right?
Nah, I'm good. She gonna be gone. Okay, next. We know Brett and Ryan, they ain't gonna last. And then
fuck it all.
That's they saying no on the
if he say yes, this niggas is toxic.
No, they gonna say no. Did I say they gonna say no? I know I said they gonna say no.
You did. You said
I knew in their body language. You know what? I swear. When you see their pictures, when they first announced the couples and they show their pictures, I can always tell by their body.
Everybody's body language was off. The only one who really had no, because what you call it? Jose and Rachel.
They like touching.
He's so clingy, so he was basically all up underneath her, and she was underneath him, and so. But everybody else's body language was completely off, because I noticed that as I was editing each episode, and I was like, that body language is completely off. But yeah, it's I'm ready
Yeah.
for
They
this to
got
be over.
Val
And
and
then
Johnny
Brown-
just standing right next to each other.
Brown said yes, but then on September 16th, he said Brown states he's wrong.
Well,
So everybody said no except for Lovey.
Ooh,
well, we'll find out. And I need for everyone to tune in because we will be live again. Yes, we will be live. We will be showing faces. I need you to show up. I need you to show out. I need you to leave your comments, enjoy the conversation, be in the live chat. We will engage with you. I'm going to shout you out. I'm going to call, mention your comments and all that other kind of stuff. So be sure to check us out next Thursday. November, what day is that? November.
Yeah.
That day.
Is that the 11th?
Mm-hmm.
November 11th. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yep.
And
7
6 p.m.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Sorry.
6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 9, 8, and 6. Okay. So be sure to check us out. Hit the subscribe button so that you can get the alert when we go live. I might try to do something different. We might try to go on to Facebook this time. So if you are on Facebook, definitely look us up under Live, Laugh, and Lovey, and you will find us. And so, yeah, be sure to check us out. All right, y'all. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm so glad this season is over. Next. Okay. All right, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.